This is a big one. Change management is something that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. And there's always organizations that are very resistant to this. It's always, I've had this mindset. I've already done it. I always do it my way. How you can change that? I get that question a lot. Love to see how you guys tackle that issue, because it comes up in probably in every webinar, change management. Who would like to take this one?
So yeah, I think approaches, I think first and foremost, education and transparency. So I think we start by showing those tangible benefits, whether it's better visibility, is it compliance and scalability, etc. But I think a real critical element of everything is that stakeholder engagement. It's not just, the top leaders that makes the decision that should be involved. Every single person involved in the process, whether it's an AP person, they need to be involved really early so that we can map all that areas out and ensure that they're comfortable of where we're going to. And I think another great thing and strategy is going the, if we could call it the phased approach, and it might not be phased, but it's just breaking the transition into manageable steps, so the teams can see those quick wins instead of reorganizing their whole life with overwhelming change. So just making those smaller steps into the right direction.
Yes, I think this is really common. Not every conversation we come up, we have some kind of change management concerns, but it's fairly common. And I think, that is one of the challenges of our jobs, right? It's to be able to justify or highlight and articulate the value that they're going to see really early on, when it's still just a concept or we're still in the demo phase, because you have many different stakeholders in the demo. Sometimes they do bring lots of colleagues on the journey with them, and in some ways that can be more challenging because everyone's got different skin in the game, so you've got to kind of justify the value that different stakeholders will see, and get their understanding of that, which can actually be really challenging. So I think being able to articulate that is early on in the piece is really important. And then I totally agree with Jean-Andre. It's about giving them the tools they need, or giving them comfort that they will have the tools they need to upskill and learn in the job. So, whether that's training resources, whether that's like sessions, recordings, material, really role-based content is really useful as well. So I think that's an important help.
It's very tough because dealing in that blue collar sector, we're not dealing with white collar they've got the digital maturity at a level where it's easy to pick up a new software. So it is a balance of how can we educate these, these blokes and these women on the ground that are, building trenches and building roads and asphalting and all that. It is quite a challenge, because what I see in organizations, either an organization that's all paper and you haven't really been on the cloud, or you're an organization that has been on the cloud, but you've got 6 different systems and they've gone through so much training and so many different softwares. Now you bring a new one, they're like, oh no, already a negative is in the room. Like, I know another thing I need to train it. So that's why it was very important when we started our journey in Kynection. Let's make it a mobile first application, very user friendly, big buttons, very easy to do. Bring those operational managers into the meeting and get their take on it. Get them to test it.